understand the urge to have children. We've gone through comic timings when you are wanting to have a child because the doctor says that you have to do it at a certain time, etc., etc. You have to rush, etc., and you have to the egg is formulated. So we have gone through that whole rigmarole. It's sometimes not so funny, sometimes it's funny, sometimes it is. So I can understand what she writes and what her friend must have gone through. So urges are always there. I think it's a very not only a maternal urge, it's also a father's urge. Because actually if the father wants to see a child grow up in front of him, it's apart from feeling that, wow, maine kya paida kiya hai. He has no contribution except for whatever he has. But yeah, I think it's that can leave. That can leave sometime. It should not leave a woman with a sense of incompleteness. Also, the society tries and sort of tells her that, oh, you don't have a child, etc., etc. But we went through that whole phase, me and Kiran and I, and the fact that Sikandar was there, it was wonderful. But sometimes you feel. I initially never used to feel bad. Sometimes now I feel that, oh, it would have been wonderful. But that's why I work a lot for children, because that my urge, that should not be connected to, but I think my urge to be with children gets fulfilled with these special children. Recently on my father's 4th death anniversary, I celebrate his life instead of mourning his death. So we invited about 700 children from underprivileged background, and we had a orchestra of blind people to sort of do that. So it's amazing to have any street children. I think the kind of innocence these special children have is the most amazing feeling. So I do empathize and I do identify sometimes with these feelings.
One more quick question.
No, but first of all, let me just tell you, he's another friend of mine who I have known, I don't know where he was standing, for the last 30 years. These are all the people who said nice things about me after Saransh and did not say so much nice things about after that. But we have maintained a certain relation. Yes, please.
The question is, earlier the problem was how to stop babies. I know we have this concept. Right now the problem is young couple are finding it difficult to conceive. So what do you do?
Dr. Sonavala would have answered this question.
No, I'll tell you why, what my contribution to this is. I feel there's a lot of stress now.
I think in bigger cities, there was a time my mother, and I'm sure some of the ladies over here, accepted their role of being a housewife. You know, rightfully now, I think women have to work, they like to work. The world tries to make you feel incomplete. It's not your own, I think the world tries to make you feel. The marketing has become the most important thing. Meri kameez aapki kameez se zyada safed has become translated into real life now. So the whole thing, the stress, I must tell you one incident. I think Kiran will kill me for sharing this incident. But I have to share it since this is the topic. We were trying to have a baby, Kiran and I. And we were going to, she used to go to Sonavala and Dr. Sonavala, and it was not happening, etc., etc. So one day I was doing the funny song of Ram Lakhan, A-G-O-G, with the chutiya and things like that, and dhoti and things like that. And Kiran was told by the doctor that, okay, you have discovered that ovulation period, etc. has to happen, the egg has to burst, and you have to go and sort of make love. And so she called me up. Those days Noval was not there, so she called me up on the landline and she said, please come. I said, I am doing the climax of Ram Lakhan with this chutiya and with dhoti and kurta and Satish Kaushik and Anil Kapoor and Jackie Shroff, and there are 18 people on the set. I can't. She said, I'm waiting. It has to happen within the next 1 hour or 2 hours or something like that. What do I tell Mr. Ghai? Also because I need to participate because I also want to sort of, we've been wanting to have child for the last 3 years. So I told Mr. Ghai, sir, I have to go. He said, पागल हो गया? तेरा ही एंट्री है? हुआ क्या है? मैंने कहा इनकम टैक्स की रेड हो गई है. That was those days. That was the only reason one understood. When I reached home, she looked at me. She said, "Go back. Don't expect me with this chutiya and this dhoti and this thing like that." So I have a knack of looking at all the serious events of my life. When I look back, the only way to look back and sort of grow out of them is to look at honeyly. But when that is happening, I think it's not the best thing that is happening. But I think it's so wonderful to be able to look back. You cannot keep on talking about your self-pity is the most unattractive thing in the world, especially in a man. No, especially in a man means I'm sure that nobody loves me syndrome kind of a thing, darling. Nobody loves me. I think we need to get out of it. And so I think we need to live life on daily basis. We were talking about marketing, the stress that we were talking about.
Right.
I think there's 100 people, 200 people over here. Everybody is a persona. Everybody is a personality. As long as we think that we are the best thing that has happened to ourselves, it will be easier to sort of deal. Because the more you think about it from the other point of view, I think it can become difficult. I hope that answers your...
One question for Munmun. From this sea of subjects, sea of themes, why did you choose this thing?
Okay. I think Dinesh, you missed the beginning when I spoke about this wine and Genesis. Because as I said, I think that the urge to create is the fundamental urge. By the way, I am single. I do not have a child. I am a biological child. But for me, the process, I mean, that desire to have a child or any kind of creative struggle fascinates me. Because it's fundamental. It's not like... And as I said that when I actually heard Rashi's story, as it was really, she's here. So I thanked her. And I feel that's the essential struggle of any human being. That when you want to create. But I think for Rashi, as it happened, she was a homemaker, you see. So for her, creating that child, having a child, maybe is as important for me as writing a book. Because for me also, this is a baby, so I identify completely with it. And just to answer what Anupam said, I have to comment on this. You know, when I approached Anupam with this book, Thicker Than Blood, I was really apprehensive. And I'm so glad today that he has dispelled all my doubts. You know, because when I was approaching with this book, I said that, I knew that he has gone through this. I knew he has. And I was thinking that, will he feel like uneasy with this and will he launch my book for me? And all these kinds of doubts were there. But then I just knew one thing, that no, this is a man of courage. He is a man of courage and sensitivity, These two qualities in him, I mean, not just whatever, and what he has just said has really proved it, that he could come out in the open and talk about this like this. I think it really reflects great courage on your part. Thank you so much.
Munmun, that's why I said you should meet me more often.
Sure, I'll do that. So I think that is what he has, reflected, that, and he has dispelled all my doubts, and again reinstated my faith in, human beings and their essential courage. We are all courageous people. I think we should really celebrate that, and thank you so much.
I genuinely believe that the world tries to frighten you with what you think is your shortcoming. They try to frighten you. That's their weapon. If you yourself talk about it, now people think this is a very bald, sexy, good look. Now if I start thinking, oh my God, I'm bald, then the world will try to. My left leg is thicker than my right leg. I'm saying it. 10 years back, I had a facial paralysis. I'm saying it. 11, 12 years back, my company almost went into bankruptcy. I'm saying it. Now what will you frighten me with? So just say your problems and there's nothing you people will frighten you with.
Hello. Both of you, first of all, Munmun and